Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of No Man's Sky. In today's episode, we're going to keep up the momentum from last time and keep pushing through the Artemis path and base building quest lines. This time, we're trying to figure out who this Apollo character is and hopefully be able to unlock some more useful pieces of tech from the base building quest as we move on to the next phase. In addition to this, I'd also like to try and start working on my first Corvette. Now that I've gathered enough pieces to start assembling one, I want to see what the building is like and figure out what the Corvette hype is all about. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. So, last time, I kind of left off with the heaviness of Artemis being in between dimensions. And so, I kind of want to reset a little bit and just head back to our settlement and see if there's anything new that I can do. Okay. So I'm actually going to go to the first system I was in and call in the anomaly so I can get another upgrade slot for my exosuit, because I didn't realize that that was a thing, and so I really want to take advantage of that. So let's go ahead and get in our ship and go to the anomaly. Okay, let's see. Get this thing called in here. Alrighty. As always, the anomaly has a lot of really cool looking ships around here that I'm very much looking forward to being able to discover myself and eventually assemble myself. But let's go ahead and head back to the exosuit upgrade section and get over to here so we can get our first upgrade for this system. Okay. So I saw a comment saying that there were some dedicated supercharge slots. I don't remember where they all were at, but I think I remember seeing something about one being in the third column in the third row. So let's see if that was correct. It was. Okay. So, supercharging, I also got a lot of really helpful tips on how to go about supercharging my stuff, so I'm going to be working on that a lot this episode as well. But let's just kind of take this one step at a time. There's a lot on my mind for this episode, and I'm still trying to work out exactly how I want to go about starting. But you know what? We're just going to do it. Okay, I got a couple nanites from Iteration Helios. What about Iteration Ares? What do you got for me today? Storm crystals, I don't have any of those. But, got 500 something nanites total now. Let's go over to this section. Okay, I'm gonna buy the solar mirrors because I know I needed those. Let's see. I think I'm gonna buy the Atlas Pass just so that way I can start accessing those containers that I keep running into. But now that I have access to the solar mirror crafting recipe, I should hopefully not be in as dire situations moving forward with my crafting and upgrading. That looks crazy. Oh, what the heck is that? Okay. Another thing that I'm curious about is I want to check out these terminals that I skipped over in the last episode, because I don't really know what they are. So there's no active expeditions right now, so that's good to know. This is where the expedition terminal is. I did hear that there may be a possible way for me to go back and play through old expeditions. I don't know if that's a legitimate thing or if it's something that I should be looking into, but based on what you all have been saying, they sound pretty cool, so I might look into it if I have the chance. Over here, Quicksilver Synthesis Companion. Create exotic items? Oh, that's kind of cool. So are these like just a bunch of cosmetics for ships and jet? Yeah, okay. So these are just a bunch of cosmetics that I can save up to get for all of my stuff, apparently. Decals and stuff for my ships and different cosmetics for my characters and vehicles and stuff. That's actually really cool. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to look into this a bit more, because these are actually really cool. Antimatter jetpack trail. That sounds cool. Oh, and then I can pick the faces of people on the anomaly. That's pretty cool. Different armors and things. Different gestures. Okay. That's actually really cool. Okay, Quicksilver is actually really cool. I am going to have to look into more of these Quicksilver things, which apparently I can unlock them here. Okay. Like 20 storm crystals, hunt dangerous pirates, a hungering brood, niche in the stars, construct an outpost. Okay. I'll do a mission. Okay, maybe I'll come back to this and invite my friend Red Fuel to join me for one of these missions later on. But that seems pretty cool. There's also a lot of really interesting looking starships here. I really like this. Holy, what the? This looks almost like some modified X-Wing. This is cool. I need to find ships like that. Also, another thing that I was told is that apparently I can rename all my stuff. So my multi-tool and my starship. And so I think I might take a moment to do that just because, I mean, I want to make sure it's mine, you know? I guess I just never realized that that's what this was referring to, but that's really cool. So let's rename this real quick. Okay, so I'm gonna rename it the Radiant Dawn just because I think Radiant Pillar is cool. I'm aware that's like the generic name for the starter ship that everyone gets, but you know, because it is my starter ship, I do think I want to keep it, even if I do end up getting a newer, better ship, just because, yeah, I'm a bit of a nostalgic person. I like to be able to come back to my roots. That's the other reason why I haven't gotten rid of my starting multi-tool. So, the Radiant Dawn is now going to take flight. Alright, so first things first, now that we're here, is there anything interesting in this first system that I spawned in? Because I didn't really take a lot of time to explore it. I just kind of got here and left because I didn't like a lot of the things that I saw. Because honestly, it feels like a majority of the planets in this system are very much hostile. So I don't know if I ever actually saw that one. So that one has salvage scrap, uranium, and root. Okay. So there's a couple of interesting planets in this system, but I think I want to go back to my other one. But before I do that, let's go ahead and try and do some questing for Apollo while we're here. Alrighty. We have a hollow terminus behind the anomaly. Shell-strewn planet. Copper, gold, and salt. So this one, I think, is going to be a more atmosphereless planet, if that makes sense. I don't entirely remember if I've been here before or not. I do remember being on that planet where I faced the biological horrors, and I want to say it was... Oh, what the... Oh, hi. Okay. Sure, let's use a convergence cube, see if he takes that. Sweet-smelling moss. Okay. I don't know what just happened, but cool. I got some sweet-smelling moss from a Korvax trader, apparently. So, that happened. But yeah, let's go try and figure out who this Apollo character is and see if he has any answers on what happened to Artemis. Because the last thing I remember is Artemis was panicking before our transmission was cut. But the last thing I heard was Apollo, so obviously he is somewhat relevant to the Artemis case. So we're gonna land here real quick, loot some stuff out of those buildings, and then try and make contact. I got a couple of okay things from those buildings, nothing to write home about, but I have been here before because I have scanned these weird butterfly things. Alright, we're at the top. Let's see what this is about. Multiple signal sources available. Let's tune to Apollo. On a matching signal. Okay, who are you? You look very, very interesting, Mr. Metallic Man. Transmission is silent. The stranger just stares at me. Okay, I'll greet you at Apollo then. Identify yourself, or I end this call. You know? What would Apollo actually respond positively to? I'm going to say that I'm a traveler because I don't know if Artemis and Apollo are on good terms. And what does that mean to be a traveler? Mention the anomaly or say that I do not know? I don't know. Artemis sent you, didn't they? But perhaps you do have some wisdom in that head of yours. None of us know what we are, and none of us can. We do not live in a world of truth. You can tell Artemis that I haven't changed my mind about meeting. I'll do it if I'm paid to do it. Even this conversation is a waste of valuable time. Well, Artemis is in trouble, dude. I tell Apollo that Artemis is in trouble, that they attempted to use the portal and became stranded on some distant, uncharted world, disappearing from the network. Their last word was Apollo's name. Apollo's demeanor changes. Send me your data logs. Let me see this for myself. Okay. Apollo studies the log, pausing and replaying the various segments of static and distortions. They turn to me with a glow of excitement. Interesting. These noises, they sound just like the echoes of sentinel events. You've seen them before, of course. Drones that appear from nowhere if you interfere with their precious planet. But this data is distorted, inverted. There's a lot to gain if we figure out how the sentinels appear so quickly. And this, the portals, perhaps they're the key. Yeah? I would agree with that. So what do you say? Do you want to work together on this? Be partners? Sure. If you're going to work with me, we need to expand your base of operations. I'll send you to a contact of mine. They'll supply you with what you need. Just remember to be polite. Okay, will do. As the hologram recedes, Apollo's head turns to the side ever so slightly as if sighing saddened. Or perhaps it was nothing. A ghost in the machine. Interesting. Okay. Well, Apollo looks really cool. He seems kind of like a jerk to some extent. But then again, I mean, this universe doesn't seem to be the most friendly, I guess. But still cool. Okay, Apollo's contact will help you expand your base, locate them in the galaxy map. Okay. Let's go take a look at the galaxy map then. They are in my system, so we're just going to head back home then and follow that main quest. Alright, we're back in our system. Let's head to the space station and figure out who Apollo's contact is. Okay, so we have a marker right over here. Oh, Apollo's contact is a Vy'keen. Secret Keeper Ujunga. Grah, interloper. You are late. You were supposed to arrive minutes ago. Well, sorry, I got here as fast as I could. Nonetheless, the price has been paid, and I have obtained the requested upgrades. New modules for your base, and protection against the elements. Where is your base sited? What sorts of hazard protection meet your needs? Well, presently, my main base that I'm choosing to live at doesn't have any hazards, but the first base I made has heat issues, so we'll go with heat protection. Excellent choice, interloper. Leave here at once and expand your base. May it prove a mighty stronghold as you explore the universe. Grah! I don't know why I chose a more Russian accent for them, but feels fun. Okay, so I have different types of base parts now. So I guess let's go back to base and see what's going on. Okay, we have a terminal construct, so we'll slap that right there. The construction terminal requires a skilled overseer for operation. You can recruit overseers in space stations. Interesting? Why? Oh, okay, so I have to go recruit an overseer. Alright, well, I'm really confused by a lot of this, but okay. Let's go to space station. If I go back to the previous star system, will it let me choose a Korvax overseer? Because honestly, out of the 3 races I've encountered so far, I kind of am liking the Korvax more. Just because their aesthetics I think are a bit cooler. The Vy'keen are cool as well. I haven't had very many positive experiences with the Vy'keen so far. Okay, it appears the overseer has to be from the system that I am building my thing in. So we are going to warp back to that space station then. However, this encounter at the other space station reminded me that you can technically find all 3 races at the space station, I believe. So we're just going to see if the option I have available to me here is Korvax, I suppose. Oh, it's going to be Gek. Okay. Is it really you? Forgive me. I've been searching for such a long time. I'm contacted to aid you in this and every cycle. Don't worry, everything was paid for a long time ago. It's all quite above board. Okay. As the stranger speaks, a smell assaults me, a pheromone infesting my brain, giving me memories of places I never visited, of actions I never took. Interesting. Of myself in a mirror, aged and alone, of this Gek cradling their fallen brethren, of a bargain made many years from now, a contract signed across the cosmos. What do you mean? The vision ends and the overseer remains. The overseer promises to expand my base, allowing me to recruit other workers. They require a construction terminal to get started. Sure. There's something compelling about this Gek. They shall feel at home in my home. I will be at my station before you know it. See you soon, friend. Okay. Part of me kind of wishes I could have chosen someone else to be my person, but you know, that's fine, I guess. I'll be able to hire more people, so should be fine. Okay, let's make our way back to base then. Bases, and this one. Well, he wasn't kidding. He was here fast. Your boy Rammer. You have so much to learn, so much to see, and this place will be our home amidst the infinite. Okay. Take this glass and let starlight flood into our jolly home. Oh, okay. Everything pours through glass in the end, but there's time enough for that. There are other things we have to do. If you prepare chromatic metal, I will use it to calibrate a science terminal suitable for a Korvax entity. The Korvax have suffered terribly at the hands of my people. Be kind to them, I beg of you. What did you do to the Korvax? The Overseer asked me to gather chromatic metal in preparation of the recruitment of a Korvax Scientist. Okay, sure. Envoy Raymer is already making themselves useful. A science terminal, a new Korvax guest, and all of it just for a handful of chromatic metal. Sure. I mean, I should have plenty here. Okay, maybe not here. And to the person who mentioned that I had a bunch of solar mirrors in my storage unit, yes, I did. So all that panicking about buying solar mirrors last episode was a bit of a waste. But you know, it's fine. Now I have more. I'm sure I'll be needing them at some point. So it's fine. But I need to refine some more chromatic metal. Okay, how much do I need again? Let me check my quests. All right, collect chromatic metal for the Overseer. Refine chromatic metal in... Okay, let's just start refining whatever copper I have until it says it's enough, I guess. Because I don't know. I don't know what he wants. I don't know what he needs from me. It's fine. Okay, so he needs 40 total. I have 11, so that should be plenty. And I'm gonna take this out in my exosuit before I forget. Okay, Envoy Roamer. Chromatic Metal, do you have it? Yes, I do. Our relationship is not yet clear, but it's obvious for me the urgency in this Gex voice that they are uncomfortable with my inaction, since they have grand plans for me. It's only natural, I suppose. They must sit here alone, bound by some unknown pact, while I have the freedom of the stars. The Overseer is anxious for me to continue with my mission. Apologize? Apologize to the gift for my lack of speed. They seem pleased by my contrition. I tried that, but you said no. There you are again, traveler. I am sure you have the required materials this time? Yes. The Overseer speaks strangely, implying that we have performed this encounter before. I have no memory of such meetings. What are you talking about? I asked them who paid them for this service they are performing for me. They laugh and claim that my child did, many years from now. Okay? I do not know what they are talking about. Yeah, no, that's accurate. The Overseer asked me for the chromatic metal. Yep, there you go. Perfect, friend. I knew you would succeed. Just what I need to finish the science terminal plans. Okay. I have a science terminal now. We have littered the universe in our greed, traveler. This planet is no exception, but there is much that can be done with litter. Make your way to an abandoned structure and harvest the data from their terminals. I shall use it to fashion the plans for a storage container. Envoy Raymer is reflective for a Gek. They almost seem to regret the greed that characterizes their people. They wish to make something from the remains of the old. Is this just greed in disguise or something else? Whatever their motive, the Overseer claims I will find data for a storage container blueprint in a nearby structure. Sure. You won't regret it, friend. I've marked you a site that seems to be ripe for exploration. Okay. Let's see, where am I off to? Oh, okay. Okay, we have a building off that way. How far off that way? It's probably going to be faster to fly. I was going to take this opportunity to drive over there, but that feels like it's going to take a minute, so off we go. Okay, maybe not as long as I initially thought. I probably could have drove over here just fine, but it is what it is. Alright, what do we have here? Unidentified plant. Okay, actually, before I do that, let's take a look at my multi-tool. I was told to supercharge whichever one has the highest analysis. So we have, okay, we're going to supercharge that one. Because apparently, yep, it goes up to a lot more. So that's nice. That right there, this right here. Okay, let me scan, see how much I get. Okay, you know, not bad. Not bad at all. I want to harvest this stuff. Oh, right, it's just sodium, never mind. Okay, interesting. Okay, carbon and oxygen. Take an albumin pearl, why don't we? The humming sac. Okay, cave marrow. Alrighty, anything else over here before I go inside this? Also a lot of whispering eggs. I think I am going to harvest those again, just because I was told that they give a lot of nanites, and I also know that they sell for a decent amount, and I could always use both. So, let's loot some of this. Got an angry plant in the ceiling this time. Does not look like it. Okay, deserted terminal. Big goop. Returning user identified. Terminal now active. Unlocking data log continuation for analysis. Found a body. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. If there's a species like it, then I hope they're all dead like this one. At first I thought it some tragic remnant of a matter transfer tech malfunction. A cage of bones and flesh studded with random patterns of crooked teeth and roomy, lidless eyes. But no. Some horror of twisted evolution wrapped by cruel nature. I can't help but picture what it would have looked like alive. I cannot help but fear that it will live again. I discovered something coded deep inside the long-dead traveler's data log. Something has been left that will aid me on my own journey. Okay, I'll take some nanites. And then, wow, it got dark fast. Let's switch to my mining beam. Get some whispering eggs. There we go. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And I lost the other one. Dang it. Okay, and then 1, 2. 1, 2. Boltcaster. Kill all these guys. Oh, do they just keep respawning? Interesting. Okay. Well, that happened. Okay. I am near some boxes that require an Atlas Pass, so we are going to craft one and finally see what's inside these things. Navigation data and an antimatter housing. Okay, that's handy. One less thing I have to craft. Why is taking off so... Wow, that was interesting. Okay. Salvage outpost. Time to head back. Okay. So I need to build... Okay, you know what? We're going to pick this up for the time being. And place the science terminal right there. Except I don't have enough of the chromatic metal. So I need to pull my refiner out of my starship. Place it back down over here. So that way I can refine a bit more chromatic metal. Alright, here's 40. That back. This back up just because I'm going to need to expand my base more apparently. Based on how this is going. But science terminal. Place that right there. So we've built that. Here's outside local area. Okay. It's probably going to be back in my first area that I went to. I'm going to talk to you again. No need to delay, friend. The data is waiting. All you have to do is seize it. Yours here talk sense, as they always do. There's little reason to wait here when there's much to do out there in the world. So wait, what about the... Huh? But I did that. Okay, whatever. We're going to check the space stations and warp here, because I don't know what's going on anymore. I thought I did the quest they wanted for the storage box, or the storage container, but guess I didn't, so whatever, that's fine. Korvax entity. Oh, okay. Unknown life form. I passed my test. I am free to explore, free to pursue my passion for structural analysis. Do you have a base? A science terminal? Think of all that might be done. Korvax is happy, overjoyed to see me. They seem to have just completed some rite of passage for their species, necessitating them to go out into the universe and pursue their interests. The scientist offers to join my base if I provide them with a science terminal. Sure. You, think not of payment. Scanning you while you sleep will be reward enough. That is a little weird, but okay. Alright, let's head back to our base and figure out what our new science friend can do for us, I suppose. And here he is. Priest entity Tuyurni. Let's see. A fine base, traveler. As of course benefits your honorable status. O Korvax shall be so happy here. The Korvax is brimming with enthusiasm. Neither their shell nor the walls of my base seem to be able to contain them. Well, welcome. Honor to witness the monolith of the traveler. Honor, but please, Korvax contribute. Take these blueprints, lubricant and acid. Liquids close to Korvax hearts. Okay, nice. Traveler harvest marrow bulb and Korvax will do more. I will create plans for microprocessors and advanced refiners. Korvax will also clean windows while you are gone. Oh, that's awesome. The Korvax is desperate to please, showering me with praise and offers of assistance. They tell me travelers are to be honored, raised above all others. What have I done to earn such esteem? The scientist requires marrow bulbs and cobalt, materials found underground. They will be able to use this substance to craft blueprints for microprocessors and advanced refiners. Okay. Joy, our home will be light and our windows will be clean. Nice. Okay. So, we have scientific research, expand the base, search for an abandoned building for data. Okay, well, let's focus on this one for a second, because I'm kind of confused on why I didn't get... Okay, well, regardless, I know there are marrow bulbs over here. I don't remember if I have any in my storage unit, and if I do, it's probably not enough. So we're gonna head back over here and hopefully actually get the info I need for the overseer, because I could have swore that I had already done what I needed to, but I guess not. Let's do this again. Search the building for data find terminal inside the building. Okay, abandoned structure. Okay, well apparently he had a different one in mind, so we'll go and get that in a minute, I suppose. Oh wow, these regenerate fast. Or not. I don't think I actually got anything from that. Mining beam. Yeah, I know I have enough cobalt back at home, but I want to grab a little more just to be sure. Should be good enough for now, and then we'll go fly off to apparently the spot I was supposed to go to that the mission didn't tell me about. So, okay, launch thrusters are basically depleted, so I do need to fix that here in a moment. Okay, before I do that, this is another research station. This is a sturdy door. What the heck is going on? Can't stop me. Okay, let's see. I have a Vy'keen dagger. Let's. Okay, I do. Okay, but how the heck did you get inside, you turd? Okay, well, apparently they can get inside here, so that's a thing. Just place that right here. Let them search their parts out, because I don't think any other ones are going to get lucky enough to squeeze through that gap before the time runs out. Yep, that's what I thought. Okay, cool. Let's refine the rest of this copper that I have. And while that's being refined, what else did I need for the microprocessor again? It was carbon nanite tubes. Okay, so let's craft one of them. And then the chromatic metal. I have the dagger. I should be good, I hope, or whatever ends up actually talking to me through this thing. Is there anything in my starship that I should have on hand? I'm gonna grab the wiring loom just in case. This. I'm trying to think of any other things that they might ask for. Ferrite. Ooh, I have been asked for pure ferrite at one point, not the. Okay, so I've got some of that. I think I've got everything I can think of. So let's see. Terminal flashes 2 alerts, presumably the source of the alarms currently ringing in my ears. Security breach, interloper. I don't know any of those words. After printing out the status update, the terminal presents the option to override either alert from a holographic display. The warning appears to be related to damaged components. If I override the damage alert, it will still show me as an issue. We're just gonna do the damage alert. Ah, dang it. Okay, I knew I should have override the intruder thing. I was just hoping that fixing it would have made better standing, but it didn't. Darn. Okay, well, I'm learning. There's another one over there, so let's go ahead and get inside. I feel like these are ones I've been to before, but they must have reset, which is kind of cool. Okay, and I'm in. Get out of the way. Access the terminal from the corner. My presence triggered a security alert. On screen there's a clear countdown. Vy'keen, something, detection. In here, pressurized fluids filling the pipes surrounding the terminal. The sounds are rather ominous, especially when combined with the high sentinel activity. Pressurized fluids. Let's see, if there's pressurized fluids, let's try reducing the weight. Again? Gosh dang it, man. This is starting to get old, and I need to understand these stupid puzzles. Fine, I just wanted to get another upgrade of some sort, that's all. Okay, what's this? Okay, there's just like an albumin pearl or something nearby. Okay, I found the abandoned building. This is it. Okay, now I can actually do it this time. Jeez. Chart this area. I should have filled up my ship before I landed, but I didn't, because now I'm gonna have to run back over there and my inventory's full and grr. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I can't even carry any more larval cores, so we're just not gonna worry about it. Forgotten terminal. Sure, we'll take the goop. User identified, terminal active, accessing schematics. The place the overseer has led me to has long since fallen into disrepair. Its panels are buried beneath the same oily, pulsating fauna that have seen before in long abandoned buildings. The air is fetid and damp. Power up the terminal with a little hope of success, but to my surprise, it buzzes noisily and springs to life. Finalize schematics. My overseer's intuition has served me well so far. I shall have to trust that these schematics contain the required data. Okay, nice. Terminal breach, security log, user log, data wiped. The terminal has not responded positively to my probing. I have the data I need, but there seems little hope of gathering any more information. The machine remains unresponsive. Okay, fine. Turn to the overseer. I will. I'd love to grab more whispering eggs, but I don't really have that luxury, unfortunately. I've refined all my copper, so I don't have room for that. Darn it. Okay, well, where's my ship? That way? I guess we'll get a move on. I'm really sad that I failed both of those terminal encounters. I guess with the first one, I should have realized that repairing the intruder alert thing probably was the better idea, because then after it's no longer freaking out that there's an intruder, I could have fixed the system after the fact. With the pressure, I probably should have removed the scrap metal, because that's probably what was causing the pressure or something. I don't really understand. That one confused me just in general, but it's fine. Alright, let's craft ourselves a launch fuel so I can get out of here. Ah, man. Man. Alright. I need a clear head, so we're just gonna put everything away.
2 very boring minutes later.
You're back. I'm so glad, friend. We'll extract the storage blueprints as soon as I have the data. Okay. It's good to see the Gek is so invested in the success of our home. They are clearly happy to see me energized for the task. Give the data. There's your blueprint as promised. A trivial task. Their code was just sitting there to be manipulated. Nice. Wow. Okay. I should let the Gek get on with their business. Yes, I should. Holy. So I have access to all the storage units now. That's crazy. Okay. Korvax friend. Scientist is quite a contrast to the slightly unsettling Gek already at home with my base. They see the world with such a straightforward excitement, their enthusiasm is infectious. I agree. Korvax buzzes and flashes their lights in a way that can only mean they're happy. Okay, before I go and do that, I want to wrap up this one. Okay. Now I can... Okay, Traveler, I've prepared your blueprints, but please hurry, something has happened. What? The Korvax seems changed from the happy soul they were on my departure. They're fighting their worry, trying to stay focused on their promise to me. What's up, buddy? Give the Cobalt. Korvax has completed the plans, but Traveler, my people have abandoned me. As of 104.32 seconds ago, I lost the hearing in the sight of the Korvax convergence. Oh, buddy. I seek immediate reconnection. Go to the transmission tower, enter my soul, discovering what is wrong. Help Korvax with solitude, please. Recently, Tuyuni is deeply upset, claiming that they have been disconnected from the Korvax hive mind. Scientists asked me to take their personality core to the transmission tower for analysis. Okay. Or removed. Entity offline. Their personality core offline, the entity in front of me is but a shell. Recently, Tuyuni resides now within my data. Interesting. Okay, I have a large refiner now, though. Holy. Let's see, where is... There it is. Holy crap. Okay, I'm gonna need a bit to make this thing, but I want to work on it. And I honestly should probably start considering fixing or sprucing up my base, because it's starting to get a little cramped in here, so I might have to go on a little bit of a building montage. Okay, where is the... Where do I need to go for my Korvax friend? Is it just like... Oh, target sweep. Okay. That way, some direction. Okay. We're going to take my car this time because that isn't super far, and I actually want to try using this little roamer exocraft. And we're going to name it. From roamer to... We're going to name it the Rays of Dawn. I don't know why. I can't really think of anything interesting to call this, but we're going to go with that for now. Oh wow, this thing is kind of slow as it is. Maybe it probably would be a lot faster to fly, but oh yeah, this thing's kind of slow. I would love to take this thing for a drive, but I feel like this is going to be one of those things where I'm going to need to upgrade it a lot before I actually start using it. Flying is just so much easier. I will say the turn radius is pretty good though. Okay, well let's go take a look over here and see what I can't find for the transmission tower. Is something nearby? There's one. Alright. Big damaged machinery. Goop. Honestly, I'm probably just going to start selling the goop now that I have my runaway mold farms, because that's just so much effort for so few nanites. Alrighty, let's get inside here and help my little Korvax friend that I've made. Terminal online. Prepare to insert the Korvax intelligence core into the transmission tower. The judgment of the convergence awaits. Hear the judgment. Terminal online. Connection established. Error. Diagnostic Korvax Science Unit corrupted by Traveler interaction. Personality overwritten. Anomaly involvement detected. Solution. Quarantine Korvax Science Unit from convergence. Observe. Analyze. Silence. Hypothesis. Sentinel. Atlas. Universal. Foci. Countermeasure in progress. Risk assessment. Entropic. Galactic destruction. Rebirth. Error. Atlas. Error. 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 They see you. Well, that's ominous. I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe I should have denied the request, but I didn't want my Korvax friend to be unhappy. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about that encounter that I just had. So hopefully he is able to live with the solitude of not being in the Korvax convergence, because I don't really feel comfortable with having him be connected, I guess, if that's what's gonna happen. Landed at the wrong spot, but no, that's fine. Okay, well, let's get his core back inside of him. Priest entity Tyroon's shell sits in front of me, awaiting reconnection. Trapped inside the data core, I have no way of knowing how the Korvax has taken the encounter at the transmitter. Shell reconnection in progress. Scientist is rebooting. It'll take an hour and a half. Good. Fantastic. Okay. Wow. Okay. A lot's happened in just a very small amount of time. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Well, that was a lot. All right. Well, we're gonna start with this salvage container while I figure out how I want to proceed. Because as of right now, I'm at a little bit of a loss, if I'm being honest. That was not the encounter I was expecting to have. I guess I'm gonna do a little bit of resource gathering, and if anything interesting happens, you guys will see it. If not, then I'll catch you when I'm done, I guess. Oh, I just got some phaser beams, so I think that means that I officially have everything I need to create a Corvette now. So I think that is gonna happen in this episode. Again, I'm not expecting the Corvette to be like a fabulous piece of work, but at the same time though, I'm just excited at the fact that I get to try and make one. Sentient plant. The heck is that? Sentient plants, huh? Oh, joy. Okay. I don't feel like fighting any stupid sentinels right now. Alright, sentinel forces are deactivated. That is very nice, because I do not want to deal with them. Now the question is if I start mining this, are they going to get mad at me as well? Yes, they are. Why are you so grumpy, bro? Let's see. A beacon. The heck is a beacon? What is this thing? Vy'keen dagger. There are two of these things that spawn on top of each other. That's interesting. Okay. A waypoint. What did I find? Minor settlement. Interesting. Well, I guess let's go check out the minor settlement. Maybe we'll go check that out later. That's actually kind of far away. Curious deposit. Don't mind if I do. I need some more runaway mold. Also, I was told that if I go to an irradiated planet and harvest the runaway mold during an ion storm or whatever it is, it's supposed to be a lot better. At the moment, I'm not super concerned about min-maxing, but I really appreciate the insights, because it is good to know that there are better ways to get more stuff. Oh, another thing that I was told, though, is that if I put this in the supercharged slot, it would give me more. So we are going to do that, because I would like to get more of this runaway mold from this harvest while I can. Alright, that was handy. Anything else nearby that I want to investigate? Another salvage container off that way, and then I think I'm going to group and potentially start trying to build my Corvette or something. We'll figure it out. Apparently this one was really close to my base and I just didn't see it. Tarnished crank. Okay, well I have a lot of stuff to sell and to go build with. So I think we're gonna take this thing and crawl our way back to base. Alright, so let's see, exocraft. These can go into the starship so long as I have room. We'll put these, starship, okay. Those I don't have room for in the starship, okay. Let's take a look again at what we have. Okay. So then we go to our exocraft, we throw these in here for now. Just empty that out. And then we'll come in here and see what things I can dump to make room for the other stuff. Let's see, the album and pearls, that has room in the starship. So do these antimatter housings. So take that, and that back. And my inventory is full, but that should be enough for me to go to the space station and deposit some things, sell some things, get moving. All right, let's sell some stuff. So we have the tarnished crank. I switched to starship inventory. We have the album and pearls. We have the rancid flesh. We have the sweet smelling moss. Actually, you know what? Before we sell this, I want to go check out my colossal archive, and I want to come here because of this thing. I don't know if I have any artifacts yet, but I'd like to try. Okay, so it is a biological sample, so we are going to submit it because I want to see what this is. Archaeologists will be compensated for all their contributions. Submit a new artifact. The vault exchange for an archive. Okay, submit sweet smelling moss. Corroded sewing gadget. Bejeweled and dazzling, this tool has been decorated with countless precious stones. Okay. Yo, okay. High value trade. Corroded sewing gadget. Okay. Wow. Glad I made that trade. Okay, that's good to know. What other things? Okay, can I not trade for at this terminal again, or what happened? Radioactive coins. I think the sewing unit was worth more. Let's see. I am gonna come back up here, charge my life support power, and then I'm gonna look through the catalog. Catalog and guide, wonders. Yeah, okay, so the corroded sewing gadget was worth more. Okay, that's interesting. I wonder, can I trade again down here? Because it does seem like there's either a cooldown or I'm only able to trade these places once. Yeah, that one won't let me interact with it again. I'm very intrigued. Hold on. There's another one in this hallway. Effect exchange unit. Okay. Ow. Darn. Okay, so that one isn't considered a artifact that I can trade. So that's good to know, but also kind of frustrating because the other one was worth a bit more and Brinkto was kind of cooler. But that's fine. Okay. It's probably like a once a day trade then, which again kind of sucks, but is what it is, I guess. Alright, let's finish powering this base so that way I can actually come to and from this place whenever I want, because it definitely feels like it's worth the time being out here. Place that and refine all of that copper that I just got. Let that go for a minute. Because I also, in addition to building the solar panel, I also need to build a battery, which that I just need more magnetized ferrite, which I must have left some back in my base because I could have swore I had a lot more than that. Interesting. Okay. Alright. Exosuit. Let's at least build the solar panel, so that way I can get things powered for now. We're going to put it on top of right here. Alright, had to go grab some magnetized ferrite real quick, but now we should be good to go. Hook that up and hook this up this bad boy up here. Now we can finally teleport out of here. So pick this up. Okay, take this, then pick it up. But before we leave, let's sell some of our things. Let's see here. So we have the radioactive coins that we're going to sell. We have the larval cores we're going to sell. And I thought we had one other thing that was worth selling here. But I guess that was it. Okay, cool. Now we've got all of that. Let's warp back to the space station. And let's start looking at building a Corvette, because we have the means to do so. Let's take a look at this, shall we? Create new Corvette. So, with the parts that we have, what kind of ship can we make? So we have the Thunderbird landing thrusters. So, I guess we just place these down somewhere. But this looks like it attaches from the side of something. How many of them do I have? I have 2. Okay. So let's start with our ambassador hab, I guess. Unless I can't. Yeah, it doesn't look like I can place that first. So, let's see. We'll take the landing gear then, and we'll place it right there. And right... How do we rotate this? That? Okay. Right there. Then we'll take our ambassador hab, slap it right there. Ambassador cockpit, slap it right there. Oh, we don't have a landing bay yet. That's gonna need fixing. Okay, let's store the design for now, and because I'm curious, purchasing new modules. So, basic modules, what things do we have? So we have landing gear that we could buy another hab. Okay, there are a couple things that we could buy, but I'm also curious if we were to trade, what does that look like? What would I need to trade to get one of these? Because this looks like it's purely for decoration. And I don't know if I'm going to be planning on using the cargo capsule for anything. Structural gantry link. Unlikely. Okay. Okay. You know what? Let's see. We're gonna purchase a basic module, and we're just gonna buy the Titan class landing bay for now, because I do genuinely want to take a look at this and what it's going to feel like. So we slap that on the back. Actually, you know what? Let's place that. Move this right there, and then place it. Yeah, we'll leave it there. Sublight thrusters, 13 boost, 11 efficiency, 2 maneuverability. I only have one of those available. Okay. So I definitely am going to need a few more parts. I could make a workable starship, but I don't think it would be very functional. So I'm gonna hold off on it for now. But it's nice to see that I'm making progress. But before I leave, I should probably make sure that I don't bring any of these parts back with me, because they are a bit of a inventory hog. So we're gonna have to keep grinding for more of these parts then, because I didn't realize just how much I was actually going to have to use parts-wise to make this ship flyable. I mean, there's a chance I could do something if I've got 2 Titan wing modules. Okay, you know what? We're going to try one more thing. Okay, so we do that. We take our ambassador hab. I do like the idea of having a little bit more length to the ship, so we're going to do that. I'm going to move this forward though, because we're going to take our Titan wings, slap that right there and there. Then I can take the twin dynamo jets that I have 2 of. Oh, can I not place the jets on the wings? That's annoying. Okay, let's try the... So if I add these 2 ducting joints, can I place them on... Okay, so I can place them on that. And I can put my ambassador hab there. Then I can put the high energy shield right there. Reactor core. Put the phase beam on the bottom there. And this thing appears to be functional. Okay, so 20 damage, 62 to heat dispersion. If I place another one. Okay, no idea what that means, but sure. So then if I come over here to these aesthetic things, what can I do with them? I want to mess around with the parts that I have and see what I can actually build here. So that was one iteration that actually allowed me to make something. So then if I do... Okay, so I have my thrusters again. We're going to put them a little wider this time. One here and one here. And then I can place reinforced hull maybe? Okay, hold on. So I can do something like that if I wanted to. I'm not sure why I would want to, but it's a thing I can do. So I can't place anything on the wings, it seems, which feels a little odd. But, you know, I mean, whatever works, I guess. And I can place these on the sides. Let's think this through a little bit more. So this wing feels like it's backwards. Kind of confused by that. Interesting. Okay, well, building this is definitely proving to be a strange journey. I'm really confused on a couple of things, on like why some stuff likes to fit together and others just doesn't. I mean, the limited parts that I'm working with probably doesn't help with any of this, but kind of just feeling things out at the moment. So yeah, interesting. Okay. Well, the setup I had with the duct joints wasn't awful, so I really wish I could place the engines on this, because I feel like it would feel nicer. Wait, maybe I can't. Oh, right, because I was using the wing last time. That's what it was saying no. So if I do this, shuffle these back one, place the engines on here. That leaves me some room to place the... Okay, well I guess I leave that there. And then I can put the high energy shields next to it. Oh, you know what? We're gonna put them on... Can I not put them on the front? Oh, I would love to be able to just put them on the front. But you know what? Make it look even better. We're just gonna hide it on the inside, because apparently that's something I can do. Yeah, and then we'll just leave that underneath, I guess. No, we can put it on top, that's fine. And then we'll take the guns and just plop them right there. And then, let's see, do I have any other fun exterior things that I could put? Got one of these, got one of those. I have two of these. That just looks kind of weird, so we're gonna get rid of that. One of those. One of those. 3 of these. I'm just trying to find a somewhat nice way to make it look less bare bones and ugly. It's like, it's not bad, it's just kind of weird looking though. So if I shuffle this back one more, if it's something I'm able to do, can I shuffle it back one more? Maybe if I do that, then place a duct joint right there temporarily, do that. Or the wings look better back here. I guess that entirely depends on, again, if I'm actually able to put the engines on there. Because if not, yeah, okay, that's not going to fly. So we are gonna have to just shuffle that back here, put that right here, move this here, here, shuffle. Maybe we'll remove these shields for a second because I do kind of like the way that this is looking, sorta. And then I take my high energy shields and place one there, so it's hidden inside that. And then, it's not going to fit very well with what I've built so far, so we're going to leave that as is. Take these engines, slap them on there, and maybe add just this one, maybe, right? Oh wait, no, I need to remove that bit and replace this. Okay, yeah, I think that's workable. Then I can move the guns back to the sides here. Move the core right there, so you just walk underneath it before you go inside. Like it's probably better to leave it on top though, maybe. And then yeah, so I can walk inside, I think. Hopefully that's good enough clearing, but overall, I don't hate it. I do think I am going to move this down below, though, just because it does feel kind of awkward. And then let's add our Thunderbird thrusters right here on the wings. Maybe we back it up one. I've turned this into kind of a long ship, but you know what? I think it's kind of fun. Yeah, no, I think this is fun. I think I'm going to leave it like this. It's a dorky little ship, but you know what? It's my ship. Also, is the Titan class cockpit better looking than the Ambassador one? Let's walk inside here and take a peek. You know what? I think we're going to leave the Ambassador one. Just because, like, I mean, if I were to switch things around where it had the Ambassador hab at the back and then this little hallway next to it, maybe it'd look better, but I kind of like the way the Ambassador cockpit's looking on this weird little turtle thing that I've built. So if I feel the need to come, or once I get more parts, I'll probably come back and customize it, but for now I think she's ready. Let's take a look what colors we have available though. Let's see, so for this, purple and yellow, gray and purple, metallic finish, orange and black. We're gonna go with gray and purple just because that's kind of the closest thing on brand for me. We're just gonna color all of these to match that. Yeah, we'll apply that to the entire Corvette, and then for some splotches of color, what we'll do is we'll make this a nice light blue along with the guns. And then the wings and maybe not that. We'll leave this one that. And then for the boosters, make the boosters blue as well. You know what? Yeah, we'll do that. That doesn't look terrible. Let's finalize this thing, this awkward looking ship, and just see what we can do. Add to collection. All right. We have ourselves this clunky looking turtle. But you know what? This clunky looking turtle is my first Corvette. So you know what? I'm happy with it. Let's kind of feel out the inside of this though. This cockpit feels very interesting. Yuga. Okay. And then yeah, so we just have stuff now. Okay. Cool. Well, let's rename this ship as well, because this is funny. We're just gonna call it the Turtle, because for right now, I don't know what else to think of this thing other than it kind of looks like a turtle. The initial thought for it was those like cargo ships from Star Wars, but those are a lot chunkier height-wise as well than mine is. But you know what? it looks kind of fun. So we're just gonna call it the turtle. This is my Corvette for now. But yeah, this is cool. Okay, so because I have my turtle, I do want to first pull these and put them back into the Corvette workshop because I don't need that. Let's see. I kind of want to mess around with the turtle. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to keep flipping back and forth between my ships until I get this whole thing squared away. So give me a couple seconds to get things sorted and we'll go from there. Okay, so I finished moving all my stuff over to the Corvette, mainly because after looking at it, it has more room for upgrades and storage for the time being. And it's just a derpy looking ship. I kind of just want to use it for a bit. So we're gonna be doing it. We're gonna be using this funny looking thing. I don't see this Corvette replacing my current fighter long term. This is more so just I want to experiment with the Corvettes, see what they're about, see if I like them, because again, it's the reason I got into No Man's Sky to begin with, and so I want to feel out what this ship is like. So obviously we have our hatch that we can close and open. I don't know what that button does, but it seems cool. There was a comment in the last video that was talking about how you can like beam from orbit, or at least before landing, from the ship to the ground, so I'm imagining that's what that does. Okay, so I can build in here, and it seems like there is a number of pretty decent things, like cargo racks. I'm curious, how much is metal plating and microprocessors? So I'll start trying to craft that, because that seems interesting. Okay, interesting. Okay, so first off, I want to check the Corvette quest to see if they're using anything that it wants. So, furnish the interior of your ship. Okay. I kind of want to see if the cargo racks increase the storage of my ship. I would imagine it would, because it's Corvette cargo rack is 0. Wait, this allows me to access my storage container? Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's huge. Okay. Let's start working on that. So let's see, I need 3 metal platings and carbon nanite tube to make the microprocessor. How many of those did I need? Just 1. Okay. Let's put that right there, I guess. So if I open this up, okay, that's awesome. So I just have access to my base's storage on the go now. Okay, I love that. And I can build up to 9 of them, so that means it correlates to all 10 of the storage units. Wow, okay. Mission radar. What does this do? So I need to pull the microprocessors out of here. Now that I can do that, that's awesome. And then I can, oh, hold up, take these nanites and get this rolling again. Okay, so what was the other thing I need for this mission radar? So I need an ion battery. I'm trying to remember how to, okay, so I do have what I need. It's ferrite dust and cobalt. Perfect. So mission radar, we'll slap that down right there. Okay. And then I have to go get some salvageable scrap. Okay. The first voyage of the turtle. Okay, well, let's scan. Excavate Corvette module. So I need to find a place that has salvageable scrap, which means it might be most beneficial to me, unless I want to come here, because I believe this was the other planet that... No, it wasn't this one. Okay, where... I know there's a planet in this system that has salvageable scrap. I don't remember which one it was, though, because this... Wait, Arched Planet. Wait, is my settlement on this planet? I thought it was on my Paradise one. Oh, that's someone else's. Okay, that makes more sense. I thought I remember seeing a planet in this system that had salvageable scrap, but you know what? It kind of seems like there's not. So let's... Oh, actually, hold up. I have a quest in this region, so I guess I'll come back to the salvageable scrap. I need to... Which one was it? This one? Return to the Overseer. The Overseer is... Isn't he in a different system? Or where am I? I'm so lost on what system I'm actually in. So, okay, no. I am in my main system. So yeah, we'll just go back to my main base that apparently is behind this planet. And I'll go get some salvageable scrap here. Okay, so while I'm in orbit, scan it. Okay, wait. Let's go back to this quest now that we're here. Scan. Oh, okay. Read planetary data. Okay, so we'll come back down here. And, okay, so from up here... Okay, so I can actually stop in this one. Leave pilot seat. Okay, and then can I, like, scan stuff from up here? Beacon... That might be a bit too high up, but... Okay, so beam down to planet. Oh, wow. Oh, that's up there. Okay, cool. Okay, and then we'll just mark that. Beam back up. Oh, that's so cool. Because now I just don't even have to land. So we'll fly over here. Ooh, it's... Are those the same ones or are those different ones? I'm gonna have to check those out and see if they're the same ones or not. Because that could be huge if they're different. I could have another opportunity to try and get some stuff. Oh, salvage containers right here. Oh, it's one that I already got, so it just respawned. Okay, that's cool. Cool, so this is apparently where I got my ambassador cockpit last time. And now I have completed the Corvette quest. It's wild. Okay, where was that other... Okay, so this one is probably one that I've been to as well. It's also good to know that if I find ones that I've already excavated, they're just going to give me more of that same part. Which means trading might be more worthwhile then, because if I keep coming back to these, then I can... Oh, it's the big one. If I keep coming back to these, I can trade the parts that I have for new ones, potentially. Greasy seal. Okay. Fuel pod cover. Okay. You know, this is actually proving to be very interesting. So, now comes the question again. Have I already been at this factory thing, manufacturing facility? Have I already been here once today? I might have already been through here today. I have. Okay, so that's good to know that these were the same ones that I did last time. So that means later on, I should be able to come back here and do it again, and hopefully have a better result. Maybe? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But this Corvette's cool. This Corvette's really cool. So mission radar. Oh, so this just shows me local missions that I can do, which I can use to get a lot of units and things. Okay. Let's do this one. Initialize mission. What is this? Okay, well let's try it, because the quicksilver could be nice. A floral menace. Reach the surface of the marked planet, which is the planet I'm on. Begin my search for hazardous flora. Come on, turtle. Let's go. Okay. Let's go back down. And we have... I started my mission. Collect the gassy pods, because oxygen is very handy to have, especially on this planet. Oh, so I just have to kill 23. Okay, I can do that. Ow. That kind of hurted. Okay, that's 3. This mission seems pretty easy. The quicksilver, I know it's not really, like, worth a ton, but, like, the cosmetics in this game seem kind of cool, so I think it's worth at least trying to get. That cargo bulkhead thing or whatever it was that I saw in there as well, though, I'm really curious what that is, because it looks a lot like the Starship upgrade thing that I got, and I don't really know what that is, because, like, do I use that to upgrade stuff on my Corvette? Do I use that to upgrade, like, what am I using to upgrade that on? I guess since this quest is so easy, I'll find out soon enough, but I'm very curious by what it is. Okay, so it's one of you guys. Mining beam. Ow. How can it hit me from here? Another one over here somewhere. That one underground. I don't know if I got it. Did I kill it or did I don't know what's going on. Oh, okay. Hazardous flora, we take that. Need more of this carbon. So does me collecting these count? No, it doesn't. Okay, that's kind of a bummer, but makes sense, I guess. Impulse beans. A little further over the hill, it's another one of these things. And out. I don't understand how these snap trap things keep getting me. They don't, I'm not even that close to them, it doesn't feel like. One over here somewhere. Okay. There's some more that way. There's one up here. Something over this way. Oh, it's probably that one. Alright, we're getting there, Find another one over this way. There you are. Oh, there's one of the gassy ones inside this thing. Some of the spawns for this are a little weird. I understand this is a like procedurally generated planet, so like it kind of makes sense, but also feels a bit odd. Okay, we have another one right over there. 5 left. Make that 3 left after these 2. Oh, okay. And 1 more after this. Apparently it's right over here. Yep, there it is. Well, if I was low on oxygen, I'm not anymore, but heck yeah. So if I summon my freighter... Aw, man. I don't want to make it land, though, because I don't want to use its takeoff stuff. So it'd be really cool if there was a way to, like, summon your ship while it was in the air. Because, like, thankfully I didn't have to venture very far, but, like, it'd be interesting to know if there was a way to get my turtle to move without having to land. Okay, so, like, what? Is there an unknown grave here? There is? What? Okay, I thought that was, like, a quest thing. I didn't realize there was another unknown grave here. Rinjot's final log. Trace signal to Korvax. I wanted, granted with convergence, in exchange for the price, extraction from my mind, their wrist, I recovered, I gained their, lied to us, convergence, abets, sentinels proved with tribute, carapace to, Korvax helped them conceal, they are coming, fire, please step back, fallen traveler grave is marked with a glyph, an epitaph of some ancient technology. I obtained the glyph, and with the ability to travel to unknown worlds, I leave the fallen traveler in peace. Okay, so I got another glyph. That felt weird. Prepackaged oxygen recycler. Life support tanks up by 12. Oxygen rerouting enabled. Okay, I think I'm going to supercharge some other stuff, but for now that can stay. I need to reconfigure how that's set up for now. But all right, well that was a kind of fun quest. I actually quite enjoyed that. Let's see. So I have more of these parts. Because I can now access this on the go, I'm just going to stuff these in here for now. Have another high value trade item. This is a salvaged scrap. So I don't think that can be traded at the outpost that I was at, or the archive thing. So I'm not going to worry about that for now. But I do want to claim mission. So, salvaged frigate. Oh, salvaged frigate module. That's actually really nice. Okay, when I eventually get a frigate, apparently I'm going to have an upgrade thing for it already. What other quests are there available right now? Quicksilver, ion battery, circuit board, nanites, salvage frigate module, gather milk. How do I gather milk? I'm kind of curious about that. Let's take a peek at this. Standing with a Vy'keen improved. That's nice. Acquire milk. How do I get milk? Okay, I did want to take a peek at this. So autopilot management, maintain current flight path. Oh, okay, so I can just tell it to go places then. Huh, that's actually kind of neat. Okay, cool. Let's make it back to my base for now and talk with my overseer. Just, okay, because I can't land there anymore. Let's just leave the autopilot. Have this thing floating in the sky for a bit. Acquire milk. No idea how that's supposed to work, but that's okay. Hey, you're finally active. Unknown life form. I passed my test. I'm free to explore, free to pursue my passion for structural analysis. Do you have data to operate on? And an observatory would supply some. I think all that might be done. The Korvax appears to have no memory of our previous encounters. I do not know if they feel reconnected with the convergence or if they simply do not recall what they should feel like. I should visit an observatory for them and see if the structural analysis they claim to enjoy will prompt a memory. Sure. Okay. We have that. Envoy Raymer. Things are going well, friend, but it is not be long before violence follows here. It's inevitable. What do you mean? If I had some microprocessors, I could steal a march on fate. Yes? Design a weapons terminal. Ooh, okay. Yeah, no, I can get you some microprocessors. That's fine. Let me, how many do you need? Have you spent time among the Vy'keen? You could learn from their pointless struggle, their insane war against the sentinels. It is the fate of all to destroy their worlds, traveler. Even you. That latest pronouncement troubles me. I have no lust to destroy worlds. Any weapons I have built have been for my own protection. Yeah, what are you talking about there, dude? Haven't they? Ask about the Vy'keen. You know all about the Vy'keen traveler. Do you not remember? Think. No, I don't remember. Ask about my fate. The overseer laughs at my question, and then there's some notion I'm unable to quite wrap my head around. On the verge of my comprehension, yet unreachable. Interesting. Okay. Finally, thank you for telling me how many I need. Okay, so I need carbon nanite tubes and a metal plate to make a second microprocessor. You have the microprocessors. You have done well, my friend. I'm so very happy. Okay. Now, imagine this, friend. A life form displeases you. You punish it, reward it, reshape it. In time, it would do anything you wanted. So, it is with the sentinels and their attacks, but no more. Now we shall train the trainers. The overseer requires me to kill sentinels and bring back the Pugnuim. I already have some, so I shouldn't have to kill any more sentinels right now. But I guess I don't have access to the... No, I do. Okay, there it is. Weapons terminal. Let's grab that out of my storage locker and build the weapons terminal so I can get a little Vy'keen guy here. I have the stuff though. It's right here. Return to overseer. There it is. Okay. You have it, friend? The flesh, the pugnium? Yes, I do. Give the pugnium. Envoy Rammer presents me with the reward, as I knew they would. Friend, there's another matter. I gave you the means to create a weapons terminal, did I not? Did I see no Vy'keen in attendance? Does that mean so little to you that you would tarry so? Let's recruit an armorer before we can proceed. Okay. Splendid. I do enjoy Vy'keen friends. We shall live in harmony, I think. Okay, so where do I need to go for that? Is that in this system? Is it not in this system? I guess time will tell. I'm gonna go get my turtle and see where that leads me, because I imagine it probably is gonna make me go to another system this time around. So now that I'm up here, let's double check the log. Hire base armor. Okay. So let's go to the galaxy map. Okay, well, unlike last time, it's not giving me a specific place to be. So let's go to the space station. It'll take me there and hopefully dock. I'm gonna come over here. Gather milk. Is that like a thing? Like where do I even go to get milk? That feels interesting. Oh, I'm in multiplayer because of the quest. Right. Okay. Let's see what we can do about finding an armorer. Okay, well you're not the armorer, so let me just learn a word from you real quick and see if there's anyone else here who might be. Since I did a quest, does that mean my standing with the envoy has improved? I am unknown. Okay, maybe not. So the local quests only apply to me for rewards, I guess. Is there anything here that is worthwhile? Kill 10 creatures. Okay, which standing is this? Because I wanna become better acquaintances with these guys. Mercenaries Guild. It's like multi-tool expansion slot, like master rating with them. Hire an armorer. I'm still trying to understand what that means. Does that mean I need to go to a different system? Because I can. I'm just kind of confused, I guess. Also, I need to offload the other parts that I made. Or the other parts I gathered, I should say. So let's pull these out of storage. Shuffle these over here. Okay. I'm going to go sell a couple things, and then we're going to go find this armorer, because I am very confused on what the overseer is wanting from me. Let's get some dialect help from you. We'll get a friend symbol. Perfect. Okay. Awesome. Well, I guess now we are going to try and go to a new system. This is going to be exciting. I don't know if my ship is charged, so I may need to make... Oh, okay. Hyperdrive is full. Perfect. So let's see what other system we can get to. Galaxy map. And now that I have the economy scanner, I am going to filter by that because I want to see what things I'm working with. So we've got a mining, we have a technology, we have science, I think. Here, I need to reference my little cheat sheet real quick. Okay, I need to be trying to find a yellow system, I think. Yeah, okay, so is there one of those nearby? One's 2-star, 2-star, 1-star, 2-star. I'm trying to see if I can find a 3-star system because I'd like to start working towards making more money using the little trade route thing that I was mentioning in the last episode, because now that I've got the means, I guess, it'd be nice to try and actually follow through. Also, indium drive? So that must be what the upgrades we're talking about on the anomaly. I must need to buy different types of hyperdrives as I continue exploring to be able to reach certain systems, which is kind of cool, I guess. Doesn't seem like there's many 3-star systems nearby me, which is kind of frustrating. Let's see, free explorer. So from my current system, what places do I have access to? Also seeing a couple skulls, which I'm kind of curious about, but none of them are within range, so I guess I'll just explore those later. Let's go to this one. I don't think I have like a Gek system yet. I have a Korvax, I have a Vy'keen, but I don't have a Gek system. So let's come on over here and take a look at the space station. See if I can't find a armorer out here. Alrighty, let's see if there is or is not an armorer here that I can try and hire. Let's see, we got Korvax, we have some Vy'keen. Where am I supposed to hire an armorer? It's not... Okay, let's go back to the mission and see. Hire a base armorer. The overseer will help you expand your base. Step hire in space stations. Okay, well, I'm in a space station. Let's offer you a gift because I want my standing with you guys to improve. Request some dialect help as well. Let's get a friend signal. Exosuit. Upgrade this. I'm starting to run a little low on space, so let's see here. Okay, so this one's supercharged, this one's supercharged. Try that one. That one's not either. It was probably one over here, but that's fine. Let's see here. Now that I have a couple things, let's move this stuff over. And okay, so this one, oxygen enabled, life support, solar power. Supercharge that one. Let's go in here, claim these, put this away. Move this down here, and let's supercharge. Let's see, because this one is 152, 19, 24, 16. Fuel efficiency, sprint distance, recharge rate. That one's got better recharge rate. This has better... Okay, so sprint time recovery, initial boost, jetpack tanks. Let's supercharge this one. Why not? And then this here, put that. This one just isn't related to this stuff at all for some reason. So, okay, cool. I hire you. Offer effigy, because again, I need the Vy'keen standing to go up. West dialect help. Vy'keen symbol, less. Awesome, awesome. How am I doing on nanites? Not too shabby. What kind of stuff do we have here? Blaze javelin module. Budgie cannon, run cannon, scatter blast. Those sound interesting, but I don't know if I want new weapons. I kind of like the blaster that I have right now. Hull protection, movement upgrade, radiation underwater. Let's try the movement upgrade. It's like I have a couple varying ones. Gravity tanks, 128. Here, let's store this one temporarily while I figure this out. Okay, move this here, move that here, compare these two. Okay. So this one is 219, this one's 228, initial boost 2%, initial boost 6%, sprint recovery time plus 12% or 27%, okay. Yeah, okay, this one's solid. We're gonna do that. And then we can reinstall that just because for now. But like, my jetpack should be crazy now. Oh yeah, look at that. I can just float now. That's awesome. Ooh, close ally. Increased my rank with the Vy'keen. That's very nice. Love to see that. Okay, so I'm really confused now though, because I'm not getting anything with my overseer mission. So, you know, I'm just gonna warp home and talk to him again, see if he has like a specific place I'm supposed to be going to. Because I thought coming to this space station would have helped, but doesn't seem to have done what I needed it to. None of my space stations are marked. So let's go to the salvage outpost. Yeah, the group mission's okay. Yes, yeah, I'm not going to worry about that right now. Getting another freighter storage thing would have been awesome, but I just don't want to worry about it right now. Okay, we need to have a chat again because I am really, really confused. Friend, there's another matter. I gave you the means to create a weapons terminal. Not yet. I see no Vy'keen in attendance. Does my help mean so little to you that you would tarry so? We must recruit an armorer before we can proceed. Okay. Yes, I built a weapons terminal. In fact, we're gonna pick it up, put it down. Weapons terminal requires a skilled armorer for operations. You can recruit armorers at space station with Vy'keen controlled systems. Okay. Am I not in a Vy'keen controlled system? I could have swore that I was. Maybe I just need to go to a different space stations. This is a Vy'keen system. Why? I'm in a Vy'keen system. Why can't I hire this guy? Where's the dude that I'm supposed to talk to and hire? Do I just need to go to another Vy'keen system? Was me warping to a Gek system the problem? Captain Iggy. Okay, sure. Request dialect help. Friendship symbol. Lieutenant Yablumdumbo. Okay. Request dialect help. Vy'keen symbol. Sacrifice, okay. Flag bearer. Joyful warrior. Request dialect help. Vy'keen symbol. Anomaly. Okay, I'm gonna just take this as I need to go to a different system. So we're gonna summon my ship and go to a new Vy'keen system, I guess, because I could have swore that I would have just been able to come back here and hire, but I guess because I got the Gek here, I just have to find another Vy'keen system, which is fine. It's not a big deal. It's just kind of wish that was a bit more clear. Why'd I do that? I don't need the anomaly right now. Okay, let's see here. What's with the yellow base? Is that just because it belongs to someone? Or oh, no, that's where I need to go for my base building quest. So I think we're just gonna do that later then. Okay, filter by stuff, emerald drive, key, okay. Need one more type of system for my trade route, I believe. Oh, I need, wait. Did I not put an economy scanner in this thing? Oh, here I was trying to make things a little faster for myself. Okay, well, guess we're swapping ships. Because I want to pick a system that has what I need for my trade route. Because I would like to make some money if I can. And that seems to be a consistent way to do so. Alright, now that I have a ship with my economy scanner, I have a blue, I have a orange, and I have a yellow from the Gek one that I found. So now I need a red one, I think. And that one happens to be Vy'keen. 2 stars, I'll take it. What is that? Apparently no one has charted that map. Super McCraft. Imagine that. He's been out here too. What other planets do we have out here? Salvage, dissonance, fungal mold. I actually do think I need fungal mold for something. I was looking at something earlier that I think said it needed that. And then what was this one? Oh, completely unknown planet. Huh. Neat. Okay. Okay. This is a Vy'keen system. It's a new system. I should be able to hire an armorer from here, right? Have to. Your Gek servant told me you were coming, interloper. It is an honor to meet one whose bloodlust exceeds even my own. Grah! We shall kill together for the glory of Herc and our ancestors. Sounds good. A great sentinel hunt begins. Come, let us inhale the requisite gra. The Vy'keen is old. It is not their skin or appearance that suggests this. These beings are too alien, too unusual for me to make judgments on that basis. No, it is the way they hold themselves, the way they speak. They do not posture. When they smile at me, they tell me it is an honor for us to meet. I believe them. Ensign Ogyagamo promises to come to my world and make use of my new weapons terminal. Yeah. Ogyagamo, gra. I will rejoice in the blood harvest. But tell me, do I need to pay you for my own transit? No? No, you should be fine. In my youth, I was a coward infamous amongst my clan. I could not bring myself to shoot a simple Gek, let alone a fearsome sentinel drone. But times change, we lose our weakness. I hope you will shed yours. Gra, I shall see you soon, interloper. Cool. Ogyagamo, pleasure to have you. Alright, let's... Actually, okay, before I leave, I know I'm going to forget this if I don't take care of this now. I'm going to get another exosuit upgrade, and then I'm going to go to the anomaly here and in the Gek system, so that way I can start doing stuff. Okay, so we got the upgrade here. That one was supercharged, cool. My technology stuff is starting to come along pretty well. I know I probably am going to need to start pivoting to storage because I am frequently running out of that. However, now that I have my turtle, that might not be as big of an issue because I'll be able to build more storage modules, but it still would probably be wise for me to expand my personal inventory a bit more so I don't have to keep running back to my ship all the time. But let's go to the anomaly, get our fancy schmancy expansion upgrade, and then we'll travel back to my Gek system, do the same thing, and then see if the Overseer has any other quick things that I can do. Alright, let's move, let's move, let's move. Alright, that's one more. Anything else that you sell that would be worth me picking up right now? You know what, well, we're gonna buy these drives so that way I can start warping to new systems as I want, and then the auto charger would be nice to grab as well. Just because, like I said, I don't want to give up on my other ship just yet. I just know that having access to the extra storage is going to make things very handy for me. So, nonlinear optics. Huh. Yeah, I feel like that's worth it. Okay. I'm going to have to go mine some more runaway mold later so I can get my nanites back up, but not bad. Does Nada have anything else to tell me? Other anomalies have examined the portals before. The gates are anomalies themselves. You may interact. Interesting. Okay. And then another thing that I wanted to check is now that I have a couple of quicksilver things, let's take a look in here and see what stuff I can afford. Okay, in short, a lot of the cool things that I'd want are really expensive. So I need to do a lot more of those quicksilver missions, but you know, that's okay. Where's my turtle? Alright. Now we need to warp to another system again, and then call back the anomaly, so that way I can get one more upgrade. We'll keep going. That is a cool ship. Alright. Now we go to the galaxy map, and we go back to this system. Oh! I guess that was my 5th warp. Let's see, I need... Where are you at? Come here. Okay, got one. Another one. Another. My lock isn't locking very well. Okay, hold on. Come back. Let's divert power to weapons. Turn around, come on. That thing bites. Okay. Hostile pirates remaining. Where are the rest of them? Loot Gek Funum. Yep, flip around, come on. Come on. There we go. More pirates over here. Alright. Another one right here. He's gone. One more. Sweet. Friend poop nako friend. Lifeform who must be the captain of this freighter looks greatly relieved. They gesture as if to welcome you aboard their vessel. Well, let's go take a look, shall we? This one? Okay. Let's see what I can get. If this is a decent class freighter, I will probably take it, but if it's not, I have been told that I can keep resetting to get a free high-tier freighter if I don't accept the initial one. So let's see. An air of weary authority clearly marks this being as the freighter's captain. Offered by the freighter. It's a B class. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm hoping to get at least an A class. Because I've done little bits of research into freighters, or I've had friends tell me, I should say, about what freighters do and how they work. And so I want to try and at least wait until I get an A class. I need to find a more expensive system before I can do that, I'm pretty sure. So until I start finding some 3-star systems, I'm probably going to be just looking and waiting. Alrighty, back to the anomaly. So hopefully we will get some good stuff. That looks like the Razor Crest. That's hilarious. That looks tiny. And that looks awesome. What the heck? That was a cool Corvette. Oh yeah, dude. My jetpack upgrades are peak right now. Really happy I have what I got now. Okay, let's go get that exosuit upgrade. I'm gonna do that one. Teleport back to the turtle. Okay, and now, rather than warp out, we're just gonna take the portal because I need to go back to my base. Alrighty, made it back to base. Let's talk to Ogiagamo and give him a quick chat. These facilities are glorious, but know that we Vy'keen exterminate worlds that show even the merest hint of weapons production. Consider yourself lucky that I am your friend. Grahaha. Violence must be ended. This is the way of Drag. This is the way of Herc. When murder is gone, the last weapon fired will be at the Vy'keen ourselves, having served our holy purpose. Wow. As a gesture of peace, the armor offers me a piece of exosuit technology. They are keen on demonstrating they're more than simple warriors. Gra, wear it with pride. Now before we can begin our work together, there's something we must deal with. Vy'keen High Command would not permit me to reside here and ignore my purpose, Interpreter. I've discovered a weapon factory nearby, and to sabotage it would demonstrate our worth. While you are there, perhaps you may also learn something useful for yourself. I learned that the Vy'keen believe that no other species should be able to hold weapons. That after the atrocities committed by the Gek, only the Vy'keen should be trusted with arms. Dang. The armorer gives me the location of a nearby weapons factory, claiming it is operating illegally. If I go there and shut down production, I may be able to extract a valuable blueprint. Okay. Dra, go with honor, but be wary, the eye of sentinels will be upon the facility. Alrighty. Let's talk with the envoy Raymer. Things are aligning. We are ready now for Gek Farmer to join us. Indeed, I have already prepared their contact. All you need to do is gather the selenium required to finalize the workstation. Envoy Raymer grows in confidence and seeks again to expand my home. I find it hard to disagree with them, for a farmer would open up a world of possibilities. The Overseer needs selenium to complete the agricultural terminal plans. Selenium grows on scorched planets and requires hazmat gauntlets to harvest. Okay. Selenium is not easy to acquire in the wild, but this only proves the value of recruiting the farmer. Okay. Well, cool. This base is finally starting to take form, which is actually really, really fun for me.
But that's all I have time for today. But honestly, we made a lot of progress. We opened a new path with Apollo, brought in Envoy Raymer as our overseer, recruited some new specialists, and I finally built my first Corvette. Next episode, I want to try and keep expanding the base to get things ready for the farmer, as well as start digging into what Apollo actually needs from us. And if things go well, maybe I'll even start pushing to buying my first new fighter, which will be really cool. But we'll see where the adventure takes us. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a like and consider subscribing if you haven't already, and tell me in the comments what you want me to tackle next, either here or in future First Look Fridays. But that's it for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.